I don't know about you guys, but I am starting to get incredibly excited. E3 is a week away. We are 6 days away from Xbox's press conference on Sunday, June 9th. And one of the things that Microsoft is going to talk about and show off is the next generation of Xbox consoles. And I thought it'd be a good idea to kind of give my prediction about what I expect them to show off and, kind of talk about the latest rumors floating around the internet regarding price points and specs. What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and maybe consider subscribing for future content. I would greatly appreciate it. It means a lot. Let's get right into it, shall we? I'm sure, as a lot of you already know, maybe watching this video, been following the channel some time because we've talked about this previously. If you didn't know, Microsoft is currently rumored to be making 2 next-generation Xbox consoles. Codename Xbox Scarlet. So Scarlet is the code name for the family of next-generation devices that Microsoft is planning on releasing holiday 2020. I mean, you can pretty much hang your coat on the fact that it will launch somewhere in November. Now, you have 2 types of next-gen Xboxes, Xbox Anaconda and Xbox Lockhart. Now, last generation, Microsoft released one system, they refined it, came out with the Xbox One S, and then in 2017, they came out with the Xbox One X. So you have the S and the X. One, an entry-level Xbox for a cheap price, and the other, the X, a really expensive mid-gen upgrade that plays games at higher resolutions and better frame rates. But they were separated by a couple years, right? Well, Microsoft's basic approach for this is, what if we did that, provided an entry-level Xbox at a cheaper price point that plays games at 1080p 60, and a premium Xbox that plays games at native 4K and 60 frames on day one. So that's what they're aiming for, a launch of Anaconda and Lockhart the same day at different price points. Now, depending on who you ask and the rumors that you see online, the price points can range anywhere from $600 to $500 for Xbox Anaconda, and anywhere from $299 to $399 for Lockhart. Nobody really knows because, well, we haven't gotten the specs of what these systems have. Now, I expect to tune into Xbox's E3 briefing on Sunday, and one of the things I do not expect to happen is for Microsoft to talk about pricing. We are not going to get the price points for these systems just yet. That will be saved for E3 2020 when both PlayStation and Xbox release the price points. So you'll still have a little bit more speculation from this point on about what the price points are, but I think it's pretty much either going to be $500 or $600 for Anaconda or $300 or $400 for Lockhart, but we won't find that out. And I'm not even really sure if Lockhart is going to be mentioned in a great deal of time at Xbox's E3, because Lockhart is the only really defining trait that it has, or the only use for it is its cheaper price point. And that's not something you really can market until right around the time it comes out. What people want to hear about is how big of a jump the next-gen system is going to be. You already see with Sony. They're already out there giving interviews to Wired back in April, already showing off the impressive SSD hard drive space. The talk is about how powerful the next-gen PlayStation will be, how big of a leap it will be when you compare it to the PS4 Pro and the original PlayStation 4. There's really no talk about pricing yet. It's really just kind of, this is an advanced piece of tech and it's going to play games better. So in my eyes, I don't really see them going too much into detail this E3 about Lockhart. Maybe they don't mention it at all. Maybe if they do, they add some line where they say something along the lines of, and we'll have a cheaper entry-level Xbox at the launch for holiday 2020. Now, what I do expect we'll see is a hype video, very much like the one they showed off at E3 2016 when they announced Project Scorpio, the one video I have actually running right now. Microsoft will probably get a whole bunch of well-known developers like Todd Howard and who knows who else to be in the video to talk about why they need next generation and how powerful Anaconda is. Now, the big thing is people want to know how powerful is Anaconda, is one, and number two, is it more powerful than the PlayStation 5? Now, the rumors have been going back and forth. For a long time there, everybody assumed that, yes, Anaconda will definitely be more powerful than the PlayStation 5. And then Sony started talking about the PS5, and people weren't so sure. There's some rumors, if you go into the Reset Era thread about next-gen speculation, which is quite a terrible thread to go into, as people's emotions tend to get the better of them there. One day the PS5 is super powerful, even more powerful than the Anaconda. The next day it's not. All I'm really saying is that the rumors fluctuate. People are looking for tangible information as the dev kits are out. So every time some new rumor gets posted, those guys are first to delve into it. Now, I think Microsoft's their aim internally is for Anaconda to be the undisputed performance leader. They want the best next-gen console out of the gate. They need it to be more powerful because, as I explained in a previous video, PlayStation is just a bigger gaming global brand that Xbox is. So Xbox needs to be able to hang its hat on something, and power is that something. They can hang their hat on the idea that Anaconda is more powerful and that Lockhart is cheaper. So what is the most recent rumored specs for Anaconda? I mean, the most recent I've seen has it with a Navi GPU at 11.11 teraflops, a Zen 2 CPU that has 8 cores, 16 threads, 3.3 gigahertz clock speed, 24 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM, which is a lot. I don't know if I really believe that. An SSD hard drive and all that stuff. And as for Xbox Lockhart, it's a little bit, it doesn't have as much GPU power, but it's a Navi with 4.98 teraflops. The CPU's a Zen 2, 8 cores, 16 threads, 3.3 gigahertz, the same SSD. Doesn't have as much memory, 18 gigs of GDDR6, but these, of course, rumored specs could change tomorrow. And the one thing I'm not really sure about is if we will get hardline specs on Sunday. I would like for Microsoft to be confident enough in their own product to say, you know what, here's what we're rocking with. So the question is, are they going to do what Sony did and just say, yeah, we have Navi, yes, we have Zen, yes, we have a SSD, or are they going to go the extra mile, knowing that maybe they have Sony beat and they can come out and say, you know what, Xbox Anaconda will be the most powerful next-gen console. I don't know if they're going to do that, but since this is a prediction video, you know what? I'm going to say they will. I'm going to say they'll have some numbers up on screen in this flashy video where they give off more specs than Sony and say they'll be the most powerful, because I don't think Sony will be able to change what they're going for. Now, do I think we'll get the actual proper name for the next-gen Xbox, like Xbox 5 or Xbox Infinity or just Xbox? I don't think so. I think they'll do exactly what they did with Scorpio, where the code name will be the name for the system until the E3 before. So I expect this to be Xbox Anaconda and Xbox Lockhart. Maybe they just call it Xbox Scarlet or something. So I don't expect a proper name to be given just yet. It'll give Microsoft more time to focus test and see, well, what is the best name for a next-gen Xbox console, considering lately they haven't been really good at naming consoles. Sad Edition, anyone? Hello? Should have taken that one back to the drawing board a little bit. I mean, hell, even PlayStation themselves, and they've officially talked about the next-gen PlayStation twice now. They haven't even called it the PS5 yet. So I don't expect Microsoft either to name their console. So to wrap it all up, what are we going to get? We're going to get a flashy video with some developers talking about how powerful Anaconda is, with Microsoft saying that they're aiming to be the undisputed performance leader, that Anaconda is going to have this amount of GPU power, that games will run best and play best on Xbox going forward, and they will end the trailer with the reveal for the project name, and it'll say Holiday 2020. Now, it's going to be interesting to rewatch this video once E3 comes and goes. Maybe I'll be completely wrong, or maybe not. Either way, I hope everybody watching enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and consider sharing this wherever you share things, like Facebook, Twitter. Tell a friend about the channel, I'd appreciate that. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell located right next to that subscribe button if you always want to be notified immediately when I upload new content. A lot of videos coming this week and next week, and you won't want to miss them. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Later, guys.